Buffalo heads into Thursday Night Football without two of their most important defenders, and it could change everything against Miami. Ed Oliver is out. Matt Milano is out. That's not the news Bills fans wanted to hear. Oliver is the anchor up front, Milano is the leader in the middle, and both will be missing when the Dolphins come to town. So here's the question, is this the opening Miami has been waiting for, or will Josh Allen and the Bills still find a way to dominate? Losing Ed Oliver is a big hit. He's one of Buffalo's most disruptive defensive linemen and a guy who sets the tone inside. But here's the thing, the Bills' defensive front has already shown they can survive without him. Last week against the Jets, the entire unit flipped the script. After a shaky week 1, they came out aggressive, controlled the line of scrimmage, and shut down almost everything New York tried to do. And the matchup this week could be even more favorable. Why? Because Miami's offensive line has been a mess. Left tackle Patrick Paul, who's filling in for the retired Terron Armstead, gave up a sack against New England. On the right side, Larry Brown, stepping in for Austin Jackson, allowed 2 sacks in the same game. Across the board, the Dolphins' protection grades have been ugly, well below league average. That's exactly where Buffalo can strike. The Bills' edge rushers have the chance to feast, and when pressure comes from the outside, life gets a whole lot easier for the guys on the inside. We saw Joey Bosa dominate last week, flying off the edge and forcing constant mistakes. Greg Rousseau chipped in with a sack, and A.J. Epineza made his presence felt too. If that same level of energy shows up on Thursday night, it could spell disaster for Miami's quarterback. Because if Buffalo's pass rush clicks the way it did against the Jets, Tua Tagovailoa could be running for his life. But the bigger issue? Matt Milano. He's not just a linebacker, he's the brain of Buffalo's defense. Milano is the guy who reads misdirection, diagnoses play action, and shuts down Miami's speed before it ever gets going. In past matchups, he's made one-on-one stops against their running backs, sniffed out trick plays, and flat-out ruined their rhythm. Without him, the Bills are losing their best problem solver. So who steps in? Dorian Williams. He's a classic seek-and-destroy linebacker. Fast downhill, explosive in the run game, and capable of making tackles in the backfield. But here's the concern, misdirection still fools him. He can creep too close to the line of scrimmage, and when that happens against Miami, Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle are already past you. That's the danger. On passing downs, expect Buffalo to rotate in a different name, Joe Andre. He's a hometown kid, undrafted a year ago, and now he's carving out a real role. In limited snaps against the Jets, he graded out as one of Buffalo's best coverage players. He's got instincts, he can run with tight ends or backs, and he plays with his eyes on the quarterback. For him, this is a massive opportunity to prove he belongs. Still, the question remains, can this young linebacker duo slow down one of the fastest offenses in football? If they can't, Miami will try to turn every fake, every play action, into a big play. Now, here's where it gets interesting, Buffalo still has another card to play, Shaq Thompson. He's a veteran, he's seen it all, and he knows how to command a defense. But here's the catch, he hasn't played a snap of live football in months. That kind of rust shows up fast, especially against an offense built on speed and timing like Miami's. One wrong angle, one late read, and suddenly you're chasing Tyreek Hill 60 yards down the field. So what's the plan? Expect a rotation. Dorian Williams on rundowns, flying downhill to clog up gaps and set a physical tone. Then on passing downs, Joe Andre gets the nod, shadowing running backs and tight ends in coverage. And hanging in the background is Thompson, the experienced voice, ready to stabilize if things get shaky. This isn't just a lineup choice. It's a chess match. Sean McDermott has to decide, does he roll with the raw talent of his young guys, or lean on the veteran leadership of Thompson to keep things under control? That decision could decide how long Buffalo can survive against the Dolphins' relentless speed. Now let's flip it, because while everyone's talking about Buffalo's injuries, Miami's defense has its own problems. And it starts right up front. Here's a stat bomb for you, through 2 weeks, Miami's interior defensive line hasn't registered a single pressure. Not one. That's not just bad, that's alarming. Go back to 2024 and it's the same story, bottom tier in pass rush win rate, constantly getting pushed around at the point of attack. This isn't a one-time blip, it's a trend. And here's the nightmare scenario for Miami: you're about to line up against Josh Allen, a quarterback who thrives when he has time. If the middle of your defense isn't collapsing the pocket, Allen is free to scan the field, extend plays, and uncork deep shots to Stephon Diggs, Keon Coleman, and the rest of that receiving core. That spells disaster. And unless Miami suddenly flips a switch up front, Buffalo's offense could control this game from the very first drive. While Miami's defensive front struggles, Buffalo has a rising star who's starting to change the conversation in the trenches, second-year guard Osiris Torrance. Through just 2 weeks, he's already made his mark with game-changing blocks. Remember James Cook's 44-yard touchdown? Torrance was the one who sealed the edge and opened the lane. Josh Allen's 40-yard scramble against the Jets. Torrance cleared space at the line, giving Allen the daylight he needed. Even back in Week 1 against Baltimore, Torrance helped generate multiple splash plays with his power and technique. The numbers back it up, too. Against the Jets, he held his own against Quinnen Williams, one of the best interior defenders in the league, and still graded out strong in pass protection. That's not just solid, that's big time. Coaches and teammates have started to take notice, with quiet confidence growing that this could be the season Torrance makes the leap from promising to elite. And here's where it matters most: Miami's interior defensive line has been invisible. If Torrance holds strong again on Thursday night, Josh Allen could have a clean pocket, extra time, and complete control of the game. This isn't just about a young lineman developing, it could be the X factor that tilts the entire matchup in Buffalo's favor. At the end of the day, no storyline matters more than this one: Josh Allen flat out owns the Miami Dolphins. The numbers are staggering. Allen is 13-2 all-time against Miami. That's not just dominance, that's control. Every time the Dolphins think they've closed the gap, number 17 reminds them why he's the nightmare they can't wake up from. Head coach Mike McDaniel. He's 0-4 against Allen. No answers. No solutions. Every matchup has been another reminder that as long as Josh Allen is under center, the Bills hold the upper hand. And it's not just about history, it's about how Allen plays the position. He has the third lowest sack rate in the NFL this season. Even when pressure sneaks through, Allen avoids it, extends the play, and rips defenses apart. Combine that with having the 7th most time to throw in the league, and you've got a quarterback who can take his pick of big plays against a defense that already looks vulnerable. So let's call it like it is: history says Josh Allen owns the Dolphins, and nothing about Miami's roster or performance this season suggests that's about to change. If anything, this could be another statement game, the kind that reminds the entire league that Buffalo's franchise quarterback is still one of the most unstoppable forces in football. So here's the bottom line: yes, the Bills are walking into this game short-handed without Matt Milano. Yes, it changes how they'll defend Miami's speed. But when you stack it all up, the depth in the linebacker room, the breakout of Osiris Torrance, and the fact that Josh Allen has made Miami his personal highlight reel, the matchup still tilts Buffalo's way. In fact, this could get ugly fast. If Buffalo jumps ahead early and Miami's offensive line keeps leaking pressure, Thursday night might not just be a win for the Bills, it might be a statement blowout. But hey, that's just the setup. Unless Miami pulls off something we've never seen before, history says this game belongs to Josh Allen. Now I want to hear from you: what's your confidence level in the Bills' defense without Milano? Scale it 1 to 100 down in the comments. Do you think the young linebackers can hold the line, or will Miami finally break through? Drop your thoughts below, I'll be checking in, and I can't wait to see where Bills Mafia stands on this one.